during your service?
A year before I was posted to Abdulkareem, I was serving in Jos, Plateau State, 3D Medical Center. Then thereafter, I was later posted to Containment Medical Center, where I met Colonel IB Abdulkareem as the OC, the commanding officer there. When I came as I was the only private soldier there, and the youngest soldier there too. So he started by buying me gifts, which I refused to collect. And there I was very surprised, and he called me to an hotel that I should meet him in Igosto Hotel, opposite Ojo Cantonment Medical Ojo Cantonment. When I got there, he asked me to sleep with him, promising me if I allow him sleep with me, he will allow me go to school, and he promised to give me 50,000 naira cash as that sum of 50,000 naira that very day, which I refused because in the army it's against the law. It's called frontalization. You don't frontalize with your senior. Thereafter, that's how the whole thing started. It started by maliciously dealing with me, by putting me on extra duty. I call that one army work. It's part of the job. Sending me to guard rooms, dealing with me. All of a sudden, he started threatening me that if I did not sleep with him, he would dismiss me from the job.
Okay, when all this was going on, when he asked you to visit him in the hotel and you went and you refused his advances, did you report this to anybody, or did you tell anybody about this?
Yes, I did.
Who did you report this to?
I told Lasko Pasoni Anota. She was my godmother.
Okay.
I told her, I was like, people said this man is a very harsh man. Like, why is he disturbing? This man is like, he has been disturbing me for months now. So she just advised me just to ignore the threat that is part of army work. That was what she advised me.
She was the only person you told?
Yes. And at first I was not paying attention to his threat and everything. It was when he started giving me injection, forcefully sleeping with me after giving me injection.
Hold on. Giving you injection, how? How did he give you injection? Where did you meet for him to give you those
We work in the same office. He's my CO.
Okay.
We work in the MRS. It's called hospital. In the army, it's called MRS. So he will instruct some soldiers. In the army, they give order and you don't disobey orders. So he will instruct those boys to pay me that most times. Then when people are not available, most times he'll point gun at me.
During the day or at night?
During the day, witness. Everybody
people are there, seeing all this happening.
Seeing everything. I have a video.
Nobody asks questions?
Yes, I have a video of it.
You have video recording of this particular
incident that happened.
Continue.
There's a day I got to find out that he normally sleep with me after injecting me. There's a day the former chief army staff, retired General Farouk Yaya wife, came to commission a particular place, the maternity part in our hospital. So when she came, before that they already gave me that injection, and I was putting on a Tron uniform, the army office wear. So all of a sudden I saw Dr. Cosmos. I think the third day, Dr. Cosmos, the copper, he was serving there in our hospital. He came and gave me another injection, which flushed out those one they gave to me before. And I saw myself naked. And he now asked me to pass the back door. That in hours they are outside. In hours their officer's wife and association, they were outside that very day. So I got my body was stained, and they stripped me naked inside
the hospital,
inside his office.
So
immediately the woman came. He now instructed one of the serving copper, the one that was serving with us that time, Cosmos, and he told Cosmos to go and give me injection and ask me to pass the back door.
This is very, very, very strange. So all of these things that you say happened when you're unconscious.
Yes. And after giving me the injection, after harassing me sexually, he will put me inside this body bag in the army. It's called body, just like a casket. He will put me inside. I think they mostly use it noticed, because for them to go and get casket and everything, so it's called body bag. So he will just put me inside that body bag, and for some hours they will now ask them to take me to psychiatric hospital. That is how this issue of mental illness started.
So apart from your godmother that you told when he was making advances at you, up to this very moment, that time, you didn't tell anybody?
I sought for redress. In the army, you cannot fight your senior. In the army, you cannot beat your senior.
Okay.
You cannot ask your senior to go to guardroom.
Okay.
You always sought for redress. So you seek for redress. Fine. So I sought for redress. And
so how did you go about that?
At first, it was frustrating because I wrote it was a handwritten application through the same person that was frustrating me. So he never forwarded my application. So I have to go to, because the thing was, he kept on coming to my house, sending boys to my house. He denied me access to military course, denied me so many things in the army. I spent 5 years in the army without.
So when you noticed that you were trying to, the redress you were trying to get, couldn't get to the appropriate authorities?
I went to General ML Abubakar. He was the provost commander, provost group commander, 81 DIF. He's a provost marshal.
What did he say?
I ran to him. He intervened.
Okay.
And he said, even if I'm just trying to even if she demand, as far as she have the sense to write for redress, they should attend to her.
Okay.
So because the general was the military police and they were scared of him, so they quickly set up a board. And at the end of the day, they didn't ask me to present any evidence. They just wawa me, bullshit me. And
okay, so now the redress you were seeking, a panel was set up.
Yes, was set up
to inquire into
to intervene. Yes.
And they didn't call you for questions. Nobody called you to ask you any question.
They called me.
Okay.
Because I wrote that redress 4 times before they attended to it.
Okay.
Because Abdulkareem, they are the most senior officer in the medical corps. So he has that level. He has that. He's a senior officer. So when I have to go to military police to report to the provost marshal. So he intervened and he said they should hold that board and intervene and know they should intervene and know the reason why Abdulkareem is doing
this to you. Yeah.
Yes. So when they intervened, just the way you are interviewing me now, they never asked me for witness, evidence. Because they are all the same. They are all cosmates. The people that set up that board, they are Abdulkareem cosmates. So they were supporting Colonel Abdulkareem. They were biased. They never asked me for anything. So I just went there and they just.
Wow. So what led to you seeking for a discharge from the army?
So I tried my best. I see myself in the army not progressing. My progression in the army was very, very difficult. Because nobody was ready to listen to me. Somebody was there. Abdulkareem was all over places. If most time I apply for school and they give me admission, he will tell them that they should not allow me, that I have mental illness.
Which school have you applied for?
Nigerian Army Medical School, Nigerian Army School of Nursing. I applied for basic course, 3-month courses. He didn't.
And you got admitted into all the schools?
I got admitted into Nigerian Army Medical School, and he said I have mental illness, that they should withdraw me from. That's how I lost that. So I didn't even report it. They didn't release me to the school that I have mental illness, because they are all the most senior people holding appointment in the medical corps. They are all his classmates. So when I sat down, because there's no progression, nobody to listen to you. I even involved the present CDS General CG Musa to intervene. He couldn't intervene. So I tried my best and I exhausted
all options.
So that's why I came on social media
to say all the things you've been saying.
Yes.
But are you aware that the army has cleared Abdulkareem of any wrongdoing?
So what they did there, it's just they just tell lies. As I don't know how to put it. They just sat down and feel let me tell you what really transpired to them announcing this whole thing. When I came to social media at first to complain, and the Minister of Women Affairs intervened, and they took me to National Hospital because it was during the investigation for medical evaluation to know if I'm actually man, according to the allegation that was laid against me.
Yes.
So they discovered that there was nothing like mental illness, and they took me to ADLA just for urine test.
Yes.
So nothing
of such.
So the Minister of Home Affairs, she now said, from if I remain in the army, they might wound me.
Yeah.
So my progression will still be very, very difficult because I came online to expose them. So she now said she advised me if I can still continue with the job, and I said no. So I wrote a redress with my hand and I submitted it to the Minister of Women Affairs, and she went to the army headquarters and she submitted it to the Chief of Army Staff, and he approved it.
For you to be discharged.
To be discharged
voluntarily,
not medical discharge. Before you board a soldier out from the army, there must be a board. There will set up a board. There will be a psychiatric, a medical doctors, the unit RSM. They will call you, the soldier, and ask you some questions. And to me, soldiers are in the notice with one hand. They are still in the army. Army don't bother soldiers because they don't have what it takes to pay off the soldier. It's as if they are paying the person for life because you came to the army and the person is not the disability. Maybe you have one hand, it depends on what. Yes. So there was nothing like they never discharged me. It was the Chief of Army Staff that converted it to medical discharge, and he said army want to compensate me for me to be paid like I'll be collecting pension. I was not eligible for pension because I only served 5 years.
Okay.
So they never discharged me. It was the Minister of Women Affairs that intervened and requested me to leave voluntarily.
Okay.
Not medical discharge. So I don't know where they came up from. It's a big lie. It's a big lie. They know what I'm talking about. They know my evidence are with them. They did investigation and they find out that all what I'm saying is true. So coming online to come and say all those things, just a lie. I think they need to apologize to me for that because it's a big stigma that I have it's a deformation of character, man. So there's nothing like that, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you, there. Okay.
And ma, can I want to use this opportunity to beg the president, the Ministry of Defense, they should intervene. I need an open investigation, and what I want is justice. That is all. Thank you very much, ma.
You're welcome.